The 30 to 40 lakh rupee SUV market has been booming in India for the last few years. We have the Toyota Fortuner, the Ford Endeavour, the Mahindra Alturas and the MG Gloster, and then this one, the Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace. Now the Allspace is taken it from where the Tiguan left, the normal Tiguan left. This one is longer with a longer wheelbase, which also means enough space inside for a third row. Yes, this one is a proper 5+2 seater like all other rivals in the segment. So the big question, should the refined and polished Allspace be on your radar? Well, let's make it work easier. But before we move forward guys, there are proper videos about the rivals on the channel. For example, the Endeavour Sport, the link to that is right now on the screen. We also have a proper video with the Endeavour versus Gloster comparison. Again, the link is there on the screen right now. These links are also in the description section below. So I would say after this video, do go back and check all these videos out.
Now, though the Tiguan Allspace competes in the full-sized 7-seater premium SUV space, it doesn't look intimidating or huge by any standards. However, it wears a smart corporate suit, looks polished and premium with a hint of understated appeal that a lot of buyers out there in the market will definitely appreciate. It also loves flaunting its cosmopolitan personality in this marketing shade of orange metallic. Trust me, not all large SUVs can dare to wear such a shade with pride. If you want to know the numbers in terms of dimensions, it is longer than the Honda CR-V, but the Honda SUV beats it in terms of height and width. Moving on, the front carries a horizontal theme in terms of the grille slates, the DRLs, the indicator LEDs and even the chrome strip in the bumper. Nothing too flashy, and ditto for the 18-inch alloy wheels that fill up the arcs very well but aren't too sporty in the design. The side profile showcases the sheer length and the longish wheelbase. And if you look closely, the roof is almost flat, but the shoulder line does rise up north. At the back, I love the typical German design with tight wraparound tail lights and twin exhaust hinting at what's under the bonnet. 4Motion branding at the back and side panels also hint at its adventurous side when needed.
Now the interiors of the Allspace are like a typical premium Volkswagen, not too flashy, good build quality and looks nice. The Oli black theme also works in my opinion. Remember, there's only one version of the Allspace on sale. It is the fully loaded one, so no issues in terms of the pampering factor for your family or for yourself. When you get inside the car, the first thing you notice are these two screens. One is for the infotainment system, good audio quality and the touch reception is excellent. I love the user interface as well. The second screen is the display for the speedo console, and the amount of information on offer for the driver is immense. Plus you can control the display, how it looks from the infotainment screen over here. You go into car, into selection, you have 3 or 4 views, view 1, 2, 3 and the classic. You click on it and the same reflects on the screen as well. This is a nice touch. Apart from that, a flat bottom steering looks nice, feels nice. You have the gear lever over here, your climate control system and a lot of buttons around the gear lever. Each button has a function. The auto start stop functionality, the park assist, yes it has the auto park assist, the parking sensors, the auto hold and the electronic parking brake. You also have this dial over here for your traction modes and for your drive modes. Enough space for your mobile, for your wallet and this lovely concealed space for your cup holders over here. So in terms of practicality, the comfort level, space, I am not complaining. The driver's seat is powered but the co-driver seat is not. Currently on the lowest setting and I can still see the bonnet on either ends. The windows are large. One small issue is that for Indian summer you need to have cool seats. These are ventilated but for the warmth, for the heat factor, not for the cooling factor. At the same time, I could have also appreciated the provision for a sunglass holder over here. It's not present, but this lovely sleek inner mirror looks fabulous. So up front, definitely not too flashy but well done, good quality of materials used, feature loaded. Things at the back, well, time to go. Things at the back are definitely very good. For starters, this seat is positioned for my height. I stand 6 feet tall, and as you can see, I have a good 4 to 5 inches of knee room left over here. You also have these trays on both the seats. They do feel nice, and there's a sort of lock over here, so it will not be moving all over the place. The seats, they have a 60-40 split, so you can recline them or you can slide them independently. Currently it's pushed all the way back, yeah, and I can also recline these independently for extra amount of comfort on long drives. Huge big armrest, your AC vents, your charging outlet. The issue with the fifth passenger will be that the transmission tunnel is quite high, so that will intrude into the privacy, but otherwise things over here are not bad at all. It's an airy feel, the huge panoramic sunroof. He also sits slightly higher up as compared to the front seat, so that's an added advantage. Also, if you're going to be chauffeur driven and sitting on the left side of the seat, the co-driver seat can be pushed all the way ahead. The angle becomes very nice, so this gives you sense of space in the all space. So as you can see, the third row is definitely on the tighter side for a full grown adult like me. The likes of the Gloucester or the Endeavour or the Fortuner definitely have more space over here, but in my opinion, to be fair, this row is best for kids. Anyone who's under 4.5 feet in terms of height will not be complaining at all. That said, during summers you will feel the lack of AC vents and of course no charging outlets for charging the tabs of your children on the move during a road trip. And finally, the boot space of the all space. You take the seats down, easy to do like this. Not bad for a lot of luggage. So the driving part, we have come to this set of new twisties we have found just outside of Gurgaon, and this is where, you know, the Tiguan Allspace gives you its edge over other full-sized 7-seater SUVs. In other full-size SUVs like the Endeavour and the Fortuner, you do have to fight back with the body roll that's on offer. Frankly, on such long flowing curvy roads, the likes of the Alturas, Endeavour, Fortuner, Gloucester, they do demand a lot of feedback from the driver. You have to be careful, you have to have both hands on the steering wheel, and if you have passengers in the car, they do have to hang on because the amount of body rolls will take them by surprise. For example, I'm going to approach the corner at a slightly higher speed, and yeah, sorry, speed breaker. So yeah, no issues in the Allspace. It is a large SUV, but yeah, for twisties of basically enjoying like this lane change maneuvers at higher speeds, it does feel nice. It does feel smaller than what it is, so that is a plus point. Steering is not very light at lower speeds, but it isn't heavy either, and of course you do have so many different modes to play around with. The normal mode, you can have your individual settings for the mode, you can have the sport mode, you can have the eco mode, and then of course if you rotate the dial over here, you can go to the off-road mode, you can go to the snow mode, off-road individual mode. So if you do want to enjoy the car off the road, some minor trails or some adventure over the weekend, it is very much possible in the Tiguan Allspace. But of course, this will be spending most of its time on the road than off the road, and in that regard, it's nice. Even at higher speeds, wind noise, road noise is really well controlled. It will be spending most of its time on the road, and that is where you do appreciate that visibility is nice. The windows are large. You don't feel hammered in. Of course, you have the powered seat, so you can position the seat as per your liking. The co-driver seat, by the way, is not powered, and it's a petrol engine, 2-liter turbocharged, a healthy dose of power, 190 PS, good amount of torque coming in, so that is handy. You go into your sports mode and you want to enjoy the car, it does deliver on that account. only one model to pick from, just over 33 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. You have the automatic, you have the all-wheel drive system, and of course in sport mode it's loud but in a nice way. Given that this is a 190 PS setup, the Allspace should feel very quick. That is not the case. You do have a huge seamless flow of torque coming in, but the power end isn't, you know, something that will surprise you or push you back into the seat like this. It does come in. I'm going flat out right now in second gear, S2, S3, so it's not really too much. I think other SUVs might just have better performance in terms of outright acceleration, but for normal daily usage, not an issue. One more thing with the Allspace is that in the eco mode, what happens is in the T-Roc that we drove a few days back, the link to that video is on the screen. In the T-Roc, the 1.5 Evo series engine has cylinder deactivation, but in this one there is no cylinder deactivation in the 2-liter turbo petrol. But what happens is under light load or when you lift off from the right pedal, the intake valves close, and overall, you know, the economy factor really goes high when you are in the eco mode or even the D mode when you lift off from the right pedal. So that helps in saving a lot of fuel. So when you lift off the right pedal in eco mode or the drive mode, you see this is what happens. 3, 2, 1. The eco indication comes and the instantaneous economy goes all the way to 30, and this is where basically intake valves are closed. So if I go back on the throttle, you can see which gear I am in. You can see the instantaneous economy with the blue ring, and if I lift off, cut off. So this is very good for coasting, for improving economy, and of course the gear indicator goes off. In terms of kitna deti hai, well, 2000cc petrol SUV, it's not supposed to be economical. Frankly, in traffic conditions, it can come down to as low as 8 kmpl. However, as an overall value in flowing traffic and traffic conditions, you will still get around 9 to 10 kmpl in the Allspace. As for changing gears, you do have paddle shifts over here, or you can shift to S mode, the sport mode, or you can in sport mode flick the gear lever to the left and change your gears. So yeah, multiple ways of changing gears in the Allspace. In terms of the ride quality, it on smoother roads, not an issue. High speed stability, not an issue. But over sharp undulations or even notorious speed breakers, it is not the best around. In fact, the rebound is not very quick. So if you go over a speed breaker at a higher speed, you do feel that typical thud coming from the suspension when it's not rebounding properly. So keep that in mind. So I think in terms of overall comfort, the larger SUVs of course will offer you a better ride quality, especially the Gloster. But in terms of the smaller SUVs, this one Allspace, that is an issue. In fact, I'll show it to you. The speed breaker is coming up and you might be able to just hear that thud. Also, it's quite bumpy going off speed breakers like that. Not too good. And finally, it's time for the verdict. Now, if you're going to be spending almost 40 lakh rupees on road for an SUV, what do you want the SUV to deliver? You want size? Well, this one has generous dimensions. You want space? Well, this one will offer you good space for 5 people and 2 kids at the back. You want features? You want safety? It is sorted. But at the same time, this SUV might not appeal to those who want a big burly vehicle. For them, you have the Gloster, you have the Endeavour, you have the Fortuner. But at the same time, there are people in the market who want their SUVs to be understated, polished and premium, and this one will fit in like a glove, especially in places like Delhi NCR where diesel cars over 10 years are banned. The Gloster and the Endeavour do not offer a petrol engine option, and this is where the Allspace could find a lot of buyers.